Are you living in survival mode? You wake up already tense, planning, preparing, even when nothing is wrong. You struggle to rest because your body is always on alert. It's like your mind never got the message that life is safe now. It happens when you have grown up with childhood trauma, when safety was unpredictable and peace never lasted long. Maybe it wasn't loud or violent, maybe it was just constant pressure, disapproval, or silence. But your body noticed everything: the footsteps, the tone, the air before things went wrong. Your brain learned to protect you instead of relaxing you. It watched, analyzed, and prepared, all to keep you safe. And even years later, it still does the same thing, even though the danger is gone. That's not weakness, that's your nervous system still doing its old job. So, today, let's look at what survival mode really looks in adulthood. The 10 subtle signs your childhood trauma still shapes the way you think, love, and live even now. You apologize too much. You say sorry before you even know for what. Because once that word kept the peace. You learned early that one small mistake could bring a storm. So you built safety out of self blame. Now apology has become like a seat belt you wear all the time, even when you are parked. It gives you control over things that were never your fault. You are not too polite. You are still trying to prevent the next explosion. You overthink everything. You replay every message, every tone, every pause. It's not that you want to overanalyze. Your brain just refuses to rest. When you are growing up guessing people's moods, your mind became like a weather satellite, scanning for emotional storms. Now even small silences feel dangerous. You expect thunder after every bit of calm. You are not dramatic. You are just used to reading lightning before it strikes. You struggle to trust people. You want connection but can't let your guard down. Because once trust meant risk. Love came with fine print. Now you keep walls up even around the kindest people. It's like you are holding a fragile bird in your hands. You love it, but you are scared to open your palms in case it flies away. That's what trauma does. It teaches you to love carefully instead of freely. You are hyper independent. You handle everything alone. You don't ask for help, not because you don't need it, but because needing once led to disappointment. You became the strong one, the capable one. But strength built from fear doesn't feel like freedom. It's like a tree that grew in constant wind. Deep roots, yes, but always braced for the next storm. Even strong trees need calm weather to grow straight again. You feel guilty when you rest. You try to relax, but guilt creeps in. Your brain whispers you are wasting time. Because somewhere in childhood, stillness was seen as laziness. You were loved more when you were useful. Now you only feel worthy when you are doing something. But rest isn't weakness, it's balance. Even rivers slow down before waterfalls. They gather the calm to create strength. You can't say no. You say yes when your body says no. You agree, you smile, you overextend. Because once saying no meant rejection or anger. Now your boundaries feel like barbed wire. You want them, but you fear they will hurt someone. But a real boundary is like a garden fence. It doesn't block love, it protects what's growing inside. You take responsibility for everyone's feelings. You sense tension before anyone says a word. You jump in to fix, calm, or explain. Because when you were small, peace depended on you. You became the emotional sponge for everyone around you. Now, even as an adult, you carry other people's weather, their rain, their thunder, their storms. But empathy isn't about absorbing, it's about noticing without drowning. You fear being ignored. When someone pulls away, you panic. Not because of them, but because silence once meant danger. You remember what it felt like to be invisible, to wait for love to return like sunlight after a long night. Now every unread message feels like rejection. You are not needy. You are remembering a time when love went quiet. But not every silence is a punishment. Some are just pauses. You avoid conflict or create it. You either freeze at the first sign of tension or pick fights just to feel something familiar. Because when home was unpredictable, your body learned that chaos is normal. Now peace feels suspicious, too quiet to trust. It's like you have lived so long in the rain that sunshine feels blinding instead of safe. But calm doesn't mean emptiness, it means recovery. You minimize your pain. You tell yourself it wasn't that bad. Because back then, no one validated your feelings. You learned to bury them deep, thinking that silence made you strong. But buried pain grows like roots underground. It cracks the surface in different places. Anxiety, perfectionism, overwork. Healing starts when you stop saying it's fine and finally allow the truth to breathe. Every habit, every reflex, every overreaction, they were all smart ways your younger self kept you safe. Your nervous system was just trying to survive. But you are not living in danger anymore. You can exhale now. You can let your body learn what peace feels like. Because healing isn't about forgetting the storm, it's about realizing you are standing in sunlight now. And just like nature after heavy rain, you are allowed to bloom again, slowly, quietly, and beautifully.